Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I'm going to give some confetti because technically it's our Friday since today's our last day of school for the week. So let's see what we've got here. So today for math, and happy Earth Day, by the way. So today for math, we had our math test. We reviewed beforehand with the video that I sent out. So if you go to Seesaw and go to your inbox, go to your student announcements right here. The link is here. Make sure you, before you do the assessment, you make sure you've got your formula for your area, perimeter. You do each of the conversions, so you'll need feet and inches. You'll need the one for finding out how much ounces is in a pint. So you need that list that we put in our notebook, so make sure you have that. Elapsed time, and then adding and subtracting money. So review the video, and then your assessment is here in Seesaw. It's called measurement test. So on every single one of these problems, I want to see work first before we put in our answers in Aware. So I want to see that you've worked out each problem and that you're not just going into Aware and typing in some kind of random answer. I want to see that you've actually worked out the problem. These where it's like which object is most likely to weigh an ounce. There's not, I mean, that's just going by, okay, I know that an ounce is, a big or a small unit. And so therefore I know it's closely matched up with that. And you just need to think back to what we did with those when we first started talking about all the different units in your book. And you can just explain your thinking. So I chose blank because I know that an ounce is blank. So you can still show your thinking on those. So once you do this, I'll turn it into me, and then I will say, yep, you're good to go. I see that you showed all your work. Thank you. Go ahead, enter into Aware. So we did that for math, and then we read chapter 14. Chapter 14, this is the last chapter of our book. So you have to click here where it says View More, and then it brings down the rest of the list. Oh, did I not upload it? Uh-oh. Am I still recording? Nope, that's this recording. What did I do with 14? All right, I will find what I did with 14. I recorded it, so I will upload that there. I thought I already did, but apparently, did I call it the wrong thing maybe? Oh, nope, here it is. Look, see? It is the end of the week, and your teacher is going crazy. I'm like, I know I did that. All right, there it is. Chapter 14. I just didn't move it down. All right, so read and follow along with Fudgemania chapter 14, and we finish off the book. After we did that, we headed over to Seesaw, and we worked in, where is it? Right here. Book study Fudgemania. So let me show you what we did in here. So we worked on here are the pages that need to be complete. So we took some out that we didn't get to. So you should have character chart. You should have making predictions. We added, after we made our predictions, we added down here at the bottom whether or not those came true. The plot mountain, we added the end part there. Story timeline, same thing. What is conflict? We finished that the other day. This one we did today, so we talked about what is theme. So theme is a central topic or idea of the story. And so things like bravery, acceptance, cooperation, determination, friendship. I gave also just this idea or just this, Peter throughout the story is just growing up and getting older. And so he's going through things that happen as you grow up. And so once you pick a theme, and there's many different ones in a story. Once you pick a theme, then you're going to talk about evidence. How did you know? Like, why is that the theme? So if you pick friendship, where are some examples in the book that are examples of friendship? Cause and effect, we finished the other day. Persuasive writing. So now that we finished the book, should someone read the book or should you not read the book? tell me your why. So if you wanted to convince one way or the other, persuasive is you're trying to convince someone to think a certain way. So you want to convince them. If you tell them, yes, you should, well, why? So you have to give reasons about why or why you should not, depending on what you put there. Then character comparison, we did that the other day. And then making connections, we did the other day. So you should have a total of 10 pages. So anything that I didn't just list, you can go ahead and take off. All right, so once you're done with that, turn that in. Then we finished up what we started yesterday with section 4 and 5. So 4 should already be done, but we finished 5, or we should have finished 5. So let me open mine. All right, so down here on 5, yesterday we started the dictionary detective to where we were looking up these words: cuff, murmur, tolerated, potential, interfere, and pronounced. And then we were using them, matching them up with their definition, and then using them to make a sentence. And then on 9, this is comprehension from those last 2 chapters, the one we read yesterday and then the one we read today. And same thing here, just a summary of those. So once you're done with that, you can go ahead, turn that in. And so everything with Fudgemania, we've completed the entire book. So every assignment that went along with it, whether it was, something to do with the vocabulary or comprehension or, one of those things that we just talked about in that book study, all of that should be finished. So everything can be turned in. So get those in. And those are all going towards your reading grade. So make sure that you are turning those in complete. All right, then, let me see, all right, some of this, let me just rewrite. So it was these are the ones that we needed to make sure. Making predictions. The plot mountain, we added to that. What is theme was on here. The persuasive. And then the section 4 and 5. So those are the ones that we finished up today. All right, then your daily writing review is in Google Classroom. Go right here to the Monday through Friday writing. Go down. All right, so you can read this passage and these 5 right here. So find the verb, what change, what kind of capitalization change would you make? What's the best way to edit sentence number 1? And so go plug in that comma, see if that works. Think about, do I need to capitalize mom? Is that a proper noun? If I have the word ingredients, does that need an apostrophe? And then what is describing a person, place, or thing? And then write your own imperative sentence below. So we've been working on those throughout this week. And I think, let me see if it's still on here. You can go up here to this anchor chart. So an imperative is a command or request. And so here's some examples. Don't use these. Come up with your own, either a command or request. Make sure your punctuation is correct, your capitalization, and make sure it's a complete sentence. And today we had some really great free writing. We had some different stories. We had a really good pizza one and all kinds of fun stories, a cool cat one. So your choice, up to you. But go ahead, fill that in, and then you can turn this assignment in since we technically don't have a Friday. So I should have put Monday through Thursday, but then let's see, we went to lunch and recess, we came back and we continued talking about animal adaptations. And so we went to seesaw, we went to activities, we went down here to animal adaptations, and we reviewed the things that we talked about yesterday. So yesterday we watched on page 2 here. We watched these just these videos here. Each one, this one goes with mimicry, this one goes with camouflage, this one goes with hibernation. So we just reviewed these. So mimicry again is if I'm a good guy, meaning like let's take the snake that I'm going to be getting here in about a week. So I'm getting a good snake. It's non-venomous. If it bites, it's not going to hurt. When I look at that snake, though, it looks like the coral snake, which is very venomous. And so mimicry, the good guy, the harmless one, is trying to act. He's either trying to act like him, it could be the way that he looks or the sounds that it makes, but he's trying to act like the bad guy so that when a predator comes by and it's like, that looks yummy to eat, he's gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute, those colors look like this bad guy. I'm not going anywhere near it. So like, for example, here's this moth. The moth gets eaten. Birds eat the moth. And so there's this owl that they are mimicking, and so they're using mimicry to make themselves look like an owl because the birds get eaten by the owl. So the birds don't go by the owl. They're afraid of the owl because they know that they could get eaten. And so it looks like that. Think about if it's up against a tree and you see those big eyes staring at you, you're going to head the other way. So that's its way to protect itself. Camouflage, same thing. Now, this is good for prey and predators because think about it. If you are a predator, and let's say I'm this tiger, I don't want my prey to know that I'm sneaking up on it. So I want to be camouflaged because I want to be able to sneak up onto what I'm eating and be able to get it quickly. Okay. The opposite, think about like in the video they showed the example about the young deer and how its spots look like the sun's the sun coming through, the spots from the sun. That's helping me blend into my environment and protect myself. So when a predator's looking through the grasses and things like that, it looks like sunspots, and I kind of blend in with those dark brown colors, the same, like that you see a lot in the forest. So it's beneficial for predators and prey. Hibernation, we talked about this, so we got lots of examples of there's different bugs and animals and things like that will hibernate, and they go into this deep sleep to where they can kind of it's almost like they're turning, like when we talked about Roz, and we talked about, we read the part where Bright Bill was pushing the button and he kind of shut down. It's kind of like that. It's like a shutdown. They're kind of shutting their body down as much as possible to be able to, hang on to, or to kind of reserve energy because there's not as much food and it's cold and things like that. So they want to protect themselves during those times so that when it's spring, they'll be ready to go, and that helps them to survive the cold winter. So yesterday we read through these, and just like I did the example here with the Arctic fox, we're highlighting. So on the clownfish, the collared lizard, the blue heron, the yellow jackets, you should have gone through each one of those and highlighted those adaptations. Then today you need to pick one. So don't pick the Arctic fox since that was my example. But so for example, if I was doing like I'm doing the Arctic fox, so short legs, neck, and ears, that's the adaptation. How it helps is because there's less surface area to heat. So it lives in the Arctic tundra. It's very, very cold. And so if I have less body surface, I don't have as much to keep warm. So that's how it helps that animal survive in its environment. So I'm going to go through this list. So the next one, the coat turns white and gets thicker. So as it gets cold and there's lots of snow. I don't want to be a darker color to where I'm going to stand out and everybody's going to, see me really easily. I might get eaten that way. I want to blend in with my surroundings. So I'm, going back to that camouflage, I want to blend in with the snow. And so when my fur changes, the fur change is the adaptation. How it helps is I'm able to blend in with my surroundings. Okay, so make sure you fill out both of these all the way down, and then you get to design and draw your own animals so you can make this up. I saw lots of good ones. We had some combinations of different animals coming together. But the thing that I want you to do is not just concentrate on making a super cool animal. Make sure I know what the adaptations are by labeling it. I want you to reuse the record. So if you label and you're like, this is the thick fur, and you put thick fur, that's the adaptation. Then I want you to use the recording tool, and I want you to tell me, how does how does the adaptation help the animal survive in its environment? So why does this animal need thick fur? Where does it live to where it's going to need that fur to be thick? Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and turn that in by pushing the green button. Then for social studies, we did our Thursday assignment here. We talked about a couple women, and one of them is Claire Driscoll, who one of our middle schools is named after. So you're going to write, or you're going to answer, how does the author describe the ladies? And then what does she do to save the Texas landmark? So you can click your link and follow along with that there. And then there's a video on the agenda. You can click and watch this as well, and learn some more about them there. And then, we did not get to our math SLO. All right, so we'll push that to next week. And I think that's it. Again, happy Earth Day. And I will see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your Friday off. Bye.